Hey everybody, let's check out Richmond. This is the new Richmond area, right across the street from Megason. It's on the east side of Megason, just south of Brownwood, right across from the main part of Richmond. And you can see where Buena Vista and Megason come together. That is kind of the point of this area here. It's also where the Brownwood Bridge crosses over 44. It's just south of that and west of Lake Okahumpka. You can see they're working on it, laying the foundation for what's going to be put in here. I believe this area is going to be some retail, but I'm not sure if it's this area or that area that's a little bit north of here. I could be totally wrong and completely making that up. You never know. It's been a while since I've been over in this area, Richmond area. The main part of Richmond's been done for quite some time, and as we fly over here, you're going to see more of what that looks like and all the pools here. This is where Brownwood Square is, if you're not familiar, just north of 44. And then this is the main Richmond area. I always call this little area the secret cove, because if you just drive kind of straight back, it's like its own little area. And I just made up that name out of nowhere, so that's exciting. Anyways, you can see a lot of construction has been completed in here, and you'll see quite a few more pools and backyards as we fly over and fly through. After areas like this get finished and people start moving in, you start to see the bird cages, the pools, and all that kind of stuff. This is a nice area, and I really like this area because it's just south of the Brownwood Square. Brownwood's probably my favorite square. I do like Lake Sumter. So let me know what square you appreciate, but it's so central because you have quick access to the turnpike, Brownwood. Duna is just across the Water Lily Bridge. You have the Richmond pitch and putt or Richmond putting course. And then south, this is Duna here. Duna is huge. That is a huge little village within the villages. It has, I think, close to 800 homes in there, something like that. You can see the turnpike here. This is just off of I-75 where the interchange is. I-75 is to the right of the direction we're looking right now. We're looking south. Right here, the turnpike goes southeast, headed that direction. And then in the background there, you can see the Water Lily Bridge. I'll circle it in a second for you. In this clump of trees over here to the left, you see that little rectangle. That is actually a house in there that somebody didn't sell, so the villagers walled that baby off, and they have their own driveway road that leads to it. It's also like an access road for the pump houses and that little pitch and putt area there as well. You can see that a little better as we get closer. And you can also see the Water Lily Bridge. And in the distance, you can see St. John's, just on the other side of Megason there. And we're going to take a closer look at St. John's as we fly over here. There it is. And we're flying over the Richmond pitch and putt. St. John's, they have some crazy driveway parties over here. And by crazy, I mean they are so busy. I think the one I went to the night before Halloween, or maybe 2 nights before Halloween, I guess it was, there was, I'd say, over 200 people, probably closer to 250 people at a driveway party. They had a golf cart parade first, and then they had the driveway party right after that. You can see Lake Okahumpka is on the left-hand side. Megason runs all the way down on the right side of this, in between St. John's and the turnpike. One thing I will tell you about this area is when the sun goes down, the mosquitoes come out. They are wild in this area, just like the driveway parties. The mosquitoes are crazy when the sun goes down over here. Lake Okahumpka here, and then you have the Okahumpka Recreation Center coming up. As we pan across, you're going to see that we're kind of turning toward Brownwood right now. And you can see Lake Okahumpka and the rec center right there. So this is the hammock at Fenney, obviously, on the top left. We are now looking at that new area all the way over just south of Coleman. That red circle right there that I just had on the screen is the quarry and that type of stuff. This big open area to the left, that is just east of 301. 301 is the road that is running through the main part of the video here. You can see the cars driving on it. And Highway 301 leads right into this road here that turns into the industrial park. Now this industrial park, this is where the Villages gets all their materials to build the houses and for their construction. This is where all the precast walls are made. You can see the railroad spur that comes into here. And then they have all the raw materials that they use and several things over here. Precast walls. Even the Village's Sun is over here. The Village's Sun, if you're not familiar, is the newspaper, the news media for the Villages. Villages owned. In the background here, you can see I-75 running right to left, left to right on your screen. Just on the other side of the industrial park. That's how I knew the industrial park was there, actually. I was driving down to Tampa one night and just happened to see tons of semi-trailers lined up across I-75, and I had no idea what it was, and then I realized it's the new Villages Industrial Park. So back in the background here, right in the middle of the screen, that is the Villages Sun building there. Again, I-75 you can see, and on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see those trailers loaded with the precast walls. You get a better look at that pretty quick. The I-75, like I said, you can see it runs right along this. So you get a pretty good view. Look at all those trailers. They are filled with pre-built, precast walls, snap together houses, if you will. And they use a crane to lift those up and put them together. Sun was setting, so we got a lot of great shots out here. There's actually no access to I-75 here, so if you want to get to I-75 from this area, you would have to travel south to the Bushnell exit, or you can go north to the Wildwood exit through Coleman. You would have to go up 301 to 44, or I guess you could get on the turnpike there and head west to I-75. Or you can turn right out of here on 301, head south and hit the Bushnell exit and jump on. I-75 runs straight to Tampa. You're probably about an hour and a half still from Tampa in this area. If you wanted to jump on the turnpike, it'd be easier to get to Orlando. And then about 45 minutes to maybe an hour south of Ocala, same deal on the turnpike. This area is a little ways from Brownwood Square, and Middleton is actually up in the middle of the screen past the quarry there. And Middleton is the family housing area that we've previewed quite a few times. Again, here you see raw materials. This is like what they're using, how they can still maintain a supply chain while everything was backed up after COVID. I think they made the decision that they needed to have a better supply chain and figure out how they could still do construction if everybody else was struggling. Now, the thing is, I think construction has dipped a little bit. Like I said, even this area over here is not far along as I thought it would be. But construction is continuing nonetheless. I've said this in previous videos, but they've been so focused on the school and the Bexley Bridge and getting all those things done that I think they've had a little lull in a lot of the home construction. And as the year progresses, especially in January, February, during the busy months, you'll probably see a lot more, and you'll see that construction speed rate back up. This is new construction in the industrial park itself. So it looks like they're laying the road to open up some more warehouse space, possibly some other construction for more raw material, or even a supply chain building. I wouldn't be surprised if they lure Amazon, FedEx, companies like that to this area. In Ocala, I don't want to say they just opened, but they have a FedEx industrial park, and they have Amazon warehouse, all kinds of things like that going up in Ocala. They also have a dollar store warehouse, Dollar General warehouse, not that far north of here in Marion Oaks. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some things like that popping up in this industrial park, and this in the near future, especially in Amazon. I can't imagine them going too much longer without opening up something here for Amazon deliveries, because the amount of packages delivered into the villages is probably tremendous. You're talking about over 100,000 homes. So, and it just keeps growing. Now, this area currently is central to everything that the villages has going on. Middleton, once built, is going to span quite a ways south. There is going to be a bypass put in over here. It's going to be a 301 bypass that goes around the city of Coleman. The city of Coleman isn't really a city. It's just a small town, basically just a stoplight, where 301 kind of does a 90-degree turn, depending on if you're going south or north. It goes east and then south, or west and then south, I guess. That's about it for this one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one.